So Half Life Alyx is the latest Valve game, which is shocking. It's kind of cool that they're finally releasing video games again that are like real video games. And that's the biggest thing with this one is that, yes, it is a real video game. It's on VR, on Steam, of course. So I know a lot of people probably aren't playing it because not a lot of people have VR headsets. And, it's unfortunate because I think that there are things about this game that could be good if they were just, a regular first person console or PC game. The problem is so much of the mechanics are tied into the gravity gloves, picking things up with, out actually picking things up, being able to touch things, all the things in the world are interact with a bowl. And so I don't think it would translate super well as just a regular console or PC game, but playing it in VR, if you can't recommend enough. It's kind of long. It's 10 or 11 chapters. The last chapter is kind of just, things happening, cinematics, whatnot. But so for the 11 chapters, it's about 15 hours, which is like not a bad amount of time. It's way more than, it's a lot of money. It's a full price game for what you're getting out of it, especially in VR. Like, I assume most people haven't had a real VR full game experience to this point. I certainly haven't. That Batman game was like an experience, but like, there aren't a whole lot out there that are like real full game experiences. And it's a game. It's a fully contained game. It's a prequel to Half-Life 2. You play as Alex Vance. You're just like working your way through this city, going underground, going through these really interesting locations, fighting off the monsters, doing a lot of cool stuff to try to work your way towards this like citadel thing in the sky. But if you have played the Half-Life games, which most people have, I would certainly recommend playing them first, just so you have a better understanding of all the weird stuff that's going on. But like, it's not necessary, not whatsoever. You can do so much stuff in VR that like has just no relation to the game whatsoever. Just like walking around, exploring things, throwing bottles, like opening trash cans, and it's rewarded too. They have a resin system because there's like a 3D printer mechanic, which is the upgrade system for your weapons. And so you look for resins, and then every now and then you'll stumble upon a 3D printer. You put in however many resins it requires, and then it'll make an upgrade to whichever weapon you choose. They use the VR really well. You can interact with pretty much anything. I played it with the Valve Index, so the finger controls, so I could pick stuff up, and it was really good about that. You press a lot of buttons. It's really cool. Very easy to switch between guns, very easy to control character movement. The one joystick turns your body, the other one you can use to walk, jump up on things, climb ladders, etc. I just can't say enough good things about this game. It's playable, replayable. I'm gonna start my second playthrough soon. I adored it, it's so good. It's interesting. It's really scary. It's like, survival horror. Don't get scared super easily playing games. Like, I think the last game that really like got to me was Alien Isolation. Before that, it was probably like Condemned. But like, just when it's on your face, it's so immersive. It's big and it's beautifully done. And you just sink into it, and that makes it really scary when something's coming for you, something's jumping at you, you're running out of ammo. My first upgrade for all of my games that I chose was to put as many auto loaders and as much ammo into every gun as possible, because like I said, it's really easy to switch between guns and you can do it pretty quickly, and so you keep them all loaded out all times. By the end of them you have like 3 different guns, but like when you're out of ammo, you're out of ammo, and things are coming for you. The head crabs are jumping at you, things are popping out. The best and absolute worst like sequence in the game by far is Jeff. There's a chapter called Jeff, and I'm not going to spoil it, but when you get to it, just know it's going to be a thing, and it's going to go on for a bit. It was so stressful, but like such a good game. The immersion, I was like leaning over, or attempting to lean over on walls, ducking down, crawling on the ground, jumping under things. Like it's It's so good. There are mini game like hacking sequences, which most people tend to hate in most games. And these they were fun because they were VR, so you're interacting with these physical spaces and these spheres and these little like things on your little hacking device. It's a really good game. I honestly, the only critiques I have of it really are that like I said, it's about 15 hours, which feels it's a long time to be in VR. Like I don't think you could play through it in one sitting. I certainly wouldn't. Um, my heart couldn't take it. But it's it's not terribly long for a full price game. I think it's totally worth it, but there's that. And then in terms of just like the narrative, if you're not familiar with the Half-Life narrative, like the gameplay I think is enough to carry it, but I don't know how immersed people would be and how confused people will be when they start getting into like the lore. They don't go super far into it. There's enough that like you learn all the names, the Combine, head crabs, all of that. And Alyx is a good POV character for that because she's new. She's not a resistance fighter per se. Her dad was involved, so she's learning a lot of things through the headset that she's communicating with base through. So you're learning a lot of things as you do that. Other than that, really no critiques. I mean, it's just good, which is shocking because it's scary when it needs to be. It's action packed when it needs to be. I wasn't bored ever. Sometimes you get stuck, I will say, but it's a puzzle game, so that's gonna happen. I would, 9 out of 10. Really, it's worth playing. I think it's probably the best use of the Valve Index for obvious reasons. It's Valve. I'd say if you have it and you haven't gotten it already, what are you doing? If you don't, committing, $600+ for VR, and if you don't have the PC, I don't know that it's that good, but one or two more games of this caliber coming out, 100% go do it. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you liked, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and come back next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.